Okay. Now, moving on, it's important when we look at the format of email to see what it compares to in order to say what it is not. Email is very different from the alternatives. First, it's different to the formal business letter of the past. The formal business letter of the past, even if the rules have changed and the language has become more informal compared to 40 years ago, say, there are some different rules, and above all, the relationship with the person is different. Again, it's this electronic thing. If you receive a letter, a physical letter from a person, there is no doubt who it has come from. If you receive an email, we have this diffidence. So, and the style has to respect that. At the opposite end of the spectrum, a lot of people, especially younger people, think that email is like a slow version of instant messaging. And in instant messaging, a lot of people use very, very shorthand. They omit the vowels, they use minimal punctuation, no capital letters, other things like this. There's a good reason for using that shorthand in instant messaging. It's again about the relationship with the other person. In instant messaging, you are locked into a conversation with the person. You have that person's attention. You don't need to gain that person's attention. Your objective is to keep it. So you must reply very quickly. That's why people abbreviate in instant messaging. But in email, the opposite is the case, because it waits in the inbox before you open it. So here are some rules. First of all, avoid the expanded forms. The expanded forms are obligatory in formal letters, but you should avoid them in equivalently formal email. And avoid all the short forms that people use to go faster when they are writing instant messaging. Here, it's important to use correct spelling, standard punctuation, standard capitalization, and correct grammar. The reason is very, very simple. You are investing in your relationship with the other person. You are showing the other person that you care about what you are saying. You want them to understand with the maximum efficiency. So this is a question of respect. But to be more friendly, you can use the contractions, the normal contractions that we write in informal English. Moving on to layout and format. Again, we are trying to be friendly and direct. Here's our example. Use plain text. It's a simple thing. Many people turn off the format inside emails they receive. So if you spend a long time changing the font or the colors or other things, you'll receive and may not see any of that work. But many people see it directly how it is written in plain text. Align it all on the left because that's what's easiest. Leave a space between paragraphs to make it absolutely clear where a paragraph finishes and where the next one starts. And don't shout. All capital letters is considered shouting, and it is considered to be extremely rude. Don't do it. Okay. Presentation is how you present yourself to the other person, and it's in choosing your presentation, you are investing in the relationship with the person, how the person sees you. If you invest in that relationship in the right way, you will win respect from that other person. And as a result, we hope, they will reply with more care and with more speed to your email.
Questo è molto interessante quello che dici, ancora una volta il fatto che investire nel rapporto serva appunto a ottenere maggiore fiducia, ovviamente interessa a tutti quelli che si occupano in generale di public relations, ma in generale a tutti quelli che usano uno strumento apparentemente così freddo ma che invece al quale possiamo dare un certo calore. Una delle cose che mi ha colpito, due parole chiave nella prima e nella seconda parte sono trust, appunto, la fiducia, e respect, il rispetto per la persona che legge l'email, no?
Yeah, and in fact, Andrea, there is a big mistake that a lot of people make with their email because they perceive it as being something, correctly, they perceive it as being something very, very quick. They can write it quickly and they can send it quickly. And this misleads them into thinking that they can write something which is simply scribbled. Email has a second aspect, which even if it is seemingly intransient when we write it and when we send it, it is also permanent. After you send an email, it lives forever on different servers, backup systems, etc. If you write something that you regret, it's impossible to retrieve. So email, differently to instant messaging, requires great care in the composition, despite the fact that it is seemingly transient and brief.
Bene.